Missouri had a nearly perfect night of basketball on Tuesday. Thanks a lot, LSU. Good morning, Mizzou fans. Welcome to PM in the AM, brought to you by Cornerstone Family Medicine. You can find Cornerstone Family Medicine in physical locations in Fulton and Mexico, Missouri, but they have care for patients all over the state with virtual offerings. They're on call 24/7 and can guarantee the same day and next day appointments, unparalleled access for primary care, acute care, and weight management, affordable services. If you have no insurance or high deductibles, please check out our newest partner, Cornerstone Family Medicine Clinic at cornerstonefmclinic.com. Back to the Missouri Tigers. Tuesday night, absolutely beautiful performance in a 101-71 win over the South Carolina Gamecocks. That was big on two levels for Missouri. First of all, in the Southeastern Conference, the Florida Gators got beat at Georgia last night. That means Missouri made up a game on Florida. Florida has a much tougher schedule remaining than Missouri. If Missouri ties Florida, that means Missouri gets the higher seed in the SEC tournament because of the head-to-head win over the Gators. Here are Florida's last three games: home against Texas A&M, at Alabama, home against Ole Miss. Missouri's got at Vandy, at Oklahoma, home against Kentucky. Missouri also can catch Alabama potentially in the SEC because Alabama's got a tough schedule. They need to finish a game ahead of Tennessee and Texas A&M. But the bottom line is, especially with that Florida loss last night, if Missouri goes 3-0 down the stretch, it is almost certainly a top four seed in the SEC. But the good news extended beyond the Southeastern Conference last night. Oh, by the way, one more thing in the SEC. Alabama beat Mississippi State. Initial reaction, that's not good for Missouri. It was good in one regard. It means Missouri absolutely mathematically cannot play Wednesday night in the SEC tournament. Not that you guys have been super concerned about that for a while. We've assumed this team was going to be in the top 8. But Mississippi State's loss means the Bulldogs can finish no better than 10-8 in the SEC. Missouri can finish no worse. Missouri has the tie record there. So Missouri off until at least Thursday. The goal is now be off till Friday. But like I said, the good news extended beyond the SEC thanks to the Oklahoma State Cowboys, who got a win over Iowa State in Stillwater on Tuesday night. Here are the teams that Missouri is kind of competing against for seeds, I think, in the NCAA tournament: Wisconsin, Texas Tech, Iowa State, Arizona, St. John's, Maryland, Purdue, Kentucky, Michigan. I don't really think there's anybody else in that group. Those are the teams, about 10 teams, I'd say. Right now, Missouri, a 4-seed or a 5-seed in 114 of the 116 brackets being tracked by Bracket Matrix. So that's where they're at. But those are the teams that they need to catch to move up either from a 5 to a 4 or a 4 to a 3. I think Missouri probably pretty locked into somewhere 3, 4, 5. A bad finish could have them down at 6, but I think 3, 4, 5 is the most likely. So any losses absorbed by any of those other teams in that conversation is good news for Missouri. Iowa State is certainly one of them. Mizzou passed Iowa State on KenPom. Missouri moved up to 10th after last night's games, and you can disregard Gonzaga at 9 because that makes no sense. Iowa State fell down to number 12. In the net, Missouri moved up from 15 to 12. Iowa State fell from 8 to 10. So haven't quite caught the Cyclones there, but they're right in that conversation with Iowa State. Again, Wisconsin, Arizona, Texas Tech, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan. These are other teams in that conversation with Missouri that you're going to want to pay attention to down the stretch here. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure to check out all of our coverage on PowerMizzou.com from the game last night, including a little bit of a check-in with Missouri baseball during the home opener. And coming up this weekend, it's Vanderbilt Wednesday night. We all just sit back and watch what else happens in the SEC and see how it impacts Missouri. Thanks again to Cornerstone Family Medicine jumping on board as our newest partner. And I will talk to you tomorrow morning.